What's up guys, welcome back to today's vlog. Thank you so much for clicking. If you're new on this channel, you are most welcome. And again, if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. So guys, today we are going to be having a sit down video, and I think you can see on my left I have a guest. Today I have a guest on this channel and she's going to be introducing herself to you guys.
Hi guys, welcome to Harriet Anavo YouTube channel, and my name is Nalongo Letitia and I'm a YouTuber too. I also have a YouTube channel called Nalongo Letitia. So I'm so happy that I am here to see Harriet Anavo, and I'm still welcoming her from Kenya. You can see her videos, they are down, just go and scroll. She enjoyed Kenya to the fullest. So we are here to have an inspiring story.
Yes, so today we are going to be having an inspiring story with Nalongo Letitia. I know some of you know her from Nyabuhanse, the Matoke girls. You know, sometimes they call us the Matoke girls. They always remember us every time cooking for the Kenyans in Nyabuhanse, so they call us Matoke girls. Matoke girls. So today is the day we are going to be hearing her story of how she went to Saudi and how she came back to Uganda and what she did after coming back to Uganda.
Yes,
that's the story of today, guys. So please stay tuned up to the end of this video and give this video a thumbs up. Nalongo, how are you? How is life?
I'm good. Life is not bad. It is good, like super good. I'm finding peace in Uganda.
All right, share with us your story of how you had this idea of going to Saudi, because I know for someone to go and work for greener pastures elsewhere or in some other country, you have something that you really want to achieve in life. So can you try to kind of share with us?
Yeah, just like any other person.
Yeah,
of course, going to Saudi Arabia, it was to look for a greener pasture. You know, here in Uganda, the economy is not allowing us to relax that much.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was it was a trying time or a trying moment for me. And then as I was there, I really needed money. I like to survive just like any other girl child in Uganda. And then I decided I needed to go to Saudi Arabia because I could see other people. Besides, let's not take away the fact that everyone goes to Saudi Arabia to even after hearing that there are some people having things that happens to them, like the horrible, unspeakable things that happens to them. Even after hearing from them, you just tell yourself, if the other one won, how about me? I will also try my best. I will win. So I was like, let me give it a try. I went to Saudi Arabia. And the process is there is agents that always help people to go to Saudi Arabia. When you're in Uganda, you can't take yourself to Saudi Arabia for the first time. Second, third, 20th time you can take yourself, but for the first time, and if you're going there for a job hunt, it's too hard for you to take yourself out in Saudi Arabia. So I went for the agencies. Here in Uganda, there are some agencies. Some of them you don't pay money, some of them you pay money to go. Actually, you know, you can travel for free, for zero money, from the beginning to the end.
Really?
Up to, zero money.
So wait.
However, even us, it was supposed to be like that. But that time there was COVID. And checking for COVID, you required 250 Ugandan shillings. That's what I paid.
So that's the only thing that you paid?
That's the only thing I paid.
For you, what you have to do is get yourself ready, pack your bags, and then you wait for the day you're flying.
That's it. However, you need to go for, if you don't have a passport, you need to go for the passport. They take you through all of those.
So do they do the passport and each and every yellow fever, everything for you?
Everything. Wow. You just have to be right there. The only thing you need to do is to be there. That's it. In person. Yeah, mostly if you want to go for housemaid. I'm not talking of every job. Housemaid specifically. If
you want to be a housemaid.
So we took the flight. I went. It was too simple. They did the process, and then the next month, because it took 1 month or something like 3 weeks, it did not add up to a full month. So I just got the idea of going to Saudi Arabia. Today, the next month, I was in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, the process wasn't that so hard. And then we took the flight and then went. Now, when we went, one experience, I don't know, those people that are, I don't know, for now, the experience is a little bit slower because of the airport, the way they used to be. Those days, they could harass you. They could be like, that was my first turn off at the airport. Ugandan airport.
How was the experience at the airport?
I don't know if it is because all the girls that travel, this is a bitter fact, but it is.
Yeah.
That girls that always travel, they are always innocent. They don't know what to do.
Exactly.
They are always, okay, I won't say ignorant, but they don't know nothing, you know.
Was that your first time flying?
It wasn't my first time because I had flew to China. Some days, some years before, months, something like that. Okay. But I had ever traveled. I could see the difference between when I was traveling to China, the treatment, because actually COVID caused me to go to Saudi Arabia. Yes. So, and that time I couldn't go back to China, and then I chose to go to Saudi Arabia because of I couldn't travel to China because COVID was coming from China, and then they were not welcoming any tourists. Okay. So I was like, it's okay, I need to get out of Uganda. ASAP! Because guys, I was dying of hunger. Okay, not really hunger, but I really needed money. Yeah. So the experience at the airport is different from when I was traveling as a housemaid. Guys, it was hell. But people could shout, "Bring your documents!" Me, I knew what to do. Wow. But even before someone experiences your like you know what to do, they will still shout. Who would shout? The people the service providers at the airport. I would just say,
do this very fast.
Come and do this. You pass here. Why are you passing the other side?
Wow.
I told the people that I was with that this experience, it's not nice. They could shout. But it was different when we reached at another airport because we had a transit at Ethiopia. Okay. In Ethiopia, it was different. In Saudi Arabia, still, it was super different. When we reached in Saudi Arabia, my first shock, you know, I had ever gone to China. I have ever gone to other immigration officers and all of that. Yes. They could put on uniforms. You know those people that are for police. But these ones are casual clothes, other clothes. Okay. But plain color, sometimes white, sometimes blue, sometimes whichever. But they would have those thingies, the uniforms. In Saudi Arabia, everyone was putting on something white, up to down, with those things on the head. Yeah. And then in Uganda, sometimes people mix the colors. Yes. For them, strictly white and black thing. Sometimes they have also that red thing that they put on the head. It's kind of square. But these ones, they were putting on only white. I was like, are these immigration officers or what? What are these people? They
were just like civilians.
White. Yes.
Civilians, yeah.
The ones who is cleaning, the one who is, you can't differentiate. All putting on white. Yeah. That was a culture shock. But the rest, it was the same. We went through the procedure. Then after that, we went to, they call it a house, where they keep you, where the company that has taken you keeps you. It keeps you there for your boss, who has paid for everything. Oh, guys, by the way, I told you that you don't have to pay for anything. Yeah.
Someone else has catered for
your
it.
Boss that is going to pick you where you're going to work. Those people are the ones that pay for everything. Okay. So it's not just a random anybody or the company to do that. No. Okay. It is the boss. They send money to the company and then they send them pictures of you girls that are available. And then they pick. Because before, the process is you take a picture. You take a picture of yourself wearing something long, and then they go there, they choose a picture, they be like, that one, I want that one, the other one, no, I think I also like this one, and then they pick the picture and then they sponsor everything. Wow. Yeah. So also those companies that ask for money, Maybe they want, but the bosses, they always sponsor for everything.
Okay.
So now you go to the house, they make you sit there and you wait.
So they just take you to a place that you don't know. For you have what you have to do
You
is wait for your own
just have
boss.
to walk when they say walk.
My God. Okay, I can just imagine.
When they say walk, you walk. When they say stand, you stand. When they say breathe, you breathe.
You breathe. Wow.
The experience. I have ever taken a flight by myself, doing all my things. I never saw. I felt like a slave from that very word go.
From the time you entered the airport like this
Yes.
to the time you landed in Saudi Arabia.
To the time I landed in Saudi Arabia, to the time I got out of that house.
Wow.
I felt like a slave.
Because you went there to work like a housemaid.
Ash, it is hell. Guys, it's not good.
You reached there before your boss now coming to pick you.
They put us there and then we sat there for some days. For me it was 2 days. Others they came and
2 days?
Yeah.
When
they,
you're somewhere.
they put you somewhere in a house, enclosed the house. You can't even see outside.
Really?
Yes. If I tell you I was feeling like a slave, you can't even see outside. Food there, everything there. You cannot go to buy anything outside.
Everything they bring it for you in the house. My
There,
goodness.
in the house.
And
Not
you
even
stay with
everything.
other girls
What
in the
else?
house?
What else do you want? Food.
Only food, by the way. It's
Food.
only food, yeah.
And
to
food
survive.
is there. Nothing. And then they picked the other girls and then they picked me too. Then I went to the house. That's when hell started. The woman that took me, the family that I was working for, when I first reached, I found 4 people. And then the girl in the house, she was the last born and she was around 19 by the time I met her. She was like, we are 4 in the house. It is us that we are going to take care of. Me, my mom, and other 2 boys. Never was it 4 people in the house from the beginning up to the end. 10, 12, 15, 9.
And you had to take care of all those people in the house. So let me ask, are you the only one working in the house, or there's someone else who is working
Now
in
this
the
is
house?
how they became that much. Let me come.
Okay.
First culture shock. The other people are always in their parents' house, even if they have a house. I don't know, but these ones, even those ones that are there, they can tell. Saudi Arabians, they are always in one place. Now, if you're taking care of a mom who has grown kids, the ones that are already married and having children, you're going to suffer. Everybody says that. Unless if you're taking care of a house where it is a son that gave birth and the kids that are not yet grown. However, also those ones, they have their problems because the kids are not well groomed. You're always going to shout, keep the house tidy, and all of those problems. That's what comes with that. Now me, who was taking care of the mom who already has grown children, I was always dealing with all the time grandkids, everyone coming at my house all the time. Never was it there a day that I took care of only 4 people. Every time they could visit, as this one has just left, another one enter. Sometimes they are all there.
So
then
you have to take
they
care
go
of
one
all of
by
them
one,
equally.
all of them equally, and then you always have to work. And guys, my boss was bad. The good thing is, the kids, they knew that our mom is bad.
Okay.
Then they
So they
knew
were
the
always
kids.
on your side.
Yeah, they would always side with me. And me too. I wasn't that bad to them. I was trying to understand them because I knew they are my backup.
By the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
I knew they were my backup. If they tell me anything, I do. Even if I don't want to, I do, because I know in anything,
In any
I'm going to be
circumstances,
there. They are going to be having my back.
Yes.
So I would always be so good to them. However, I was being good to all of them, but it was hell. I was not allowed, not even for 2 minutes like this. The other woman, because she wasn't working, she could sit there watch me go to bed, even if it is 1 minute ahead of time. That was going to be hell for me the next day. She would keep quiet. The next day she would wake up so angry because I swear to God, because I went to sleep for 1 minute ahead of my time. And then I had to wake up at exactly 10. Because I remember I was sleeping for extremely 8 hours. It had to be 8 hours, nothing. And even that 8 hours, it is because I had to first pull out my contract.
Oh, you first have to tell them
my contract says
this
I
and
have
this.
to sleep for 9 hours. But even for them to agree for me to sleep for 9 hours, it was so hard. So they gave me 8 hours and I was okay. However, they wanted me to sleep for 6 hours.
What?
6. I sleep at 12. I sleep at 12 midnight. I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. That's what they wanted. Or at around 7. I said no. Actually, I was waking up at around 9.
Around 9, eh?
9 is when they wanted me to wake up. That's when I would be waking up. Guys, it was hell.
From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, you're always busy working, taking care of this one, taking care of this one.
Should she find you seated? Guys, it was a trauma. By that time I had a YouTube channel. I decided to leave it. I was like, because it was going on so well, but I told myself if I continue with this YouTube while juggling it with my work, I'm going to, because
Either
I was mentally
lose one of,
down. Yeah, I was mentally down. No, not to lose any work. This the other one. You will work even if you're mad. You will work. But I was saying that I was about to lose my mental health.
You're going mad.
Yeah, I was running mad. Like I could feel myself. No, this one is true. I could feel myself. You know how I was saying that I could feel myself? I could easily forget things. I could easily, like, if I press my phone here, after 10 minutes, I don't remember where I have put it. I could talk to myself. Actually, talking to myself, that one is a daily food. Like every day.
Every time
you could have a conversation. You go to TikTok. If you think I'm lying, you will see.
If you see someone talking on streets alone, guys, people have problems.
I could have a conversation. Actually, not even a conversation. A meeting for myself. I address myself.
Wow.
I end the meeting. I could remember myself, like I could be like, I want to do something like this. Would say I want to wash that cup when I get done here or eating. I end up doing something different. That's when I realized that if I don't leave this YouTube, if I don't if I don't keep on talking to my friends so much, I'm going to lose it. I nearly went mad. I could feel it in me that I'm going to lose it. I could be crying. You were traumatized. Yeah, I could be crying.
It is so depressing. It is really hard.
All the time, because the woman was always shouting at me, overworking. With the food I would eat, that's why I grew fat. With the food I would eat, but the woman could shout at me.
You felt like you were a slave at that moment.
A slave. Yeah. She could shout at me. The boys, they were taking drugs. They would also come and also yell at you at any time that they would want. Because he had like 3 boys, but they would be taking drugs on a daily basis.
They were drug addicts.
Yeah, they were drug addicts. They were drinking things, not alcohol, but things to make themselves high. And then they would always be fighting with knives.
So wouldn't that like scare you sometimes? And then you feel like I might be in my room and then these boys come in. Wouldn't that scare you? Staying with such people who are drug addicts, someone who holds a knife.
They were doing that to themselves. I left when one had a scar here.
My goodness.
Another one was having a scar in the hand. Another, like they could One day, and they were all police people. One day I washed a shirt. I took a picture. I think I'll share it with you. I took a picture and I saved it somewhere. I washed a shirt. It had blood on it, but it had we saw knives in the back. They had stabbed a last born, that boy. That time I was sleeping, and then they called me to go and clean that blood, and then the shirt was all torn with knives.
Let me
guess
tell you,
what?
I can't be in such an environment because
I stayed.
I feel like as if anytime they're coming
How
for
was
me,
I going to complain?
those
To
people were
who?
suicidal.
Yeah, they were suicidal.
It
Yes.
was too much.
How was I going to complain? And to who? To who? Was I going to? Because first of
But
all,
I know
if
you would
got
be
to,
in your bed and you wouldn't sleep sometimes because you'd be like,
I would sleep my hell out.
me, I can't sleep.
No, you can sleep. Tell me how or ask me
Because
how.
you'd be
You're
tired?
not always having enough sleep, and you would always be tired. Like by the time you go to sleep, you have been craving for sleep. Now tell me how you're going to listen to that to those people. And the good thing is, during that they sleep, and that is when I work. During the night is when they wake up and do all of that rubbish. I'm sleeping. However, some days I could see them. The whole house did not have doors. However, they had many rooms. No room had any door. Because they could, whenever they get mad, they would get and bang them. No, the other people are mad. They would, like, they are mentally disturbed. I think it is because of the enclosure and the law. You know, in Saudi Arabia, they have too much laws that are restricting people to do a lot of things. So they end up being enclosed in their, caged in their own homes. So for me, that's what I thought. They could bang doors, they could yell, they could, the kitchen cabin, by the time I came, it was new. I left when it had left, right, side and center, everywhere I was. Because everywhere they get mad, boom, 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 boom. Somebody goes to the kitchen cabin and just open, shut, open, shut, open, shut, open, shut.
My goodness.
Not only that girl that I was talking about that she was good, she would also practice that. It can scare the hell out of you. But I endured. I was like, it's okay, they are not touching me. Even if I was going to be touched. First of all, no company was going to come for me, and then maybe I would
So
run
under
away.
your contract, was there something like if something happens to you where you're working from, you should report to such and such a
Yeah,
number?
of
Was
course.
there something like that?
Of course.
You know yourself if something
But
happens,
something
you
has to
just,
first happen.
before they come and rescue you.
Yes. You don't have to think that I think they will. How? Who gives you the right to think? No, something had to first happen.
So that means you go in those houses, you go into those houses. Do they first brief you
Yeah,
of what
they
is
do.
going to happen there, and then they tell
Of course,
you?
they don't tell you the rubbish. They only tell you
The
go
good-
wash the
the good
dishes,
things, yeah.
clean the house, clean the toilet, cook food. Like they even teach you how to use those machines, the blender,
the washing machine.
the washing machine, and all of that.
Yeah.
But to tell you that there is such and such kind
Of course, if they tell you
shenanigans-
there's such and such, you're going to get scared of
no,
going.
they don't even talk about anything like that.
Wow. But if they can rescue you, then at least that is better.
They do, but those sometimes they fail to rescue
fail.
girls. That's when you find them dead and all of that.
And being on the streets, doing their other...
Yeah, some, because they don't go after them, they run for their lives. And then they end up being on the streets. Yeah, that's when they end up being on the streets. Guys, it's hell. But when it comes to Ramadan right now, it is Ramadan time. Every housemaid in Saudi Arabia is feeling the heat. No breathing time. You have to wake up, do the soup, do the cooking. They have a lot of things they break the fast with, and they always have to be fresh, and you always have to do all of those. And after that they eat chechi single kulia in Uganda or in anything that you know on this planet. They can eat the entire night.
What?
You wake up on a heap of
plates.
dishes. Go to TikTok, you will see those ones. You just type in Ugandans washing dishes or Kadama washing dishes, you will see what I'm talking about. There is a lot of work to do in Ramadan time. It's too bad. And another thing is, you're not allowed to plait your hair. You're not allowed to go outside. I spent a full year inside.
So who throws the rubbish? Because when you're going to throw the rubbish, you're supposed to
that
at
is
least
the only luxury
outside.
time you have. Some people don't, by the way, but me, that is the only luxury
time
I
you
have.
would feel like, okay, there's fresh
The
air.
dustbin is always on the gate, and that is the only time you go outside. It is always on the gate, near the gate, like just near the gate. That is the only time you happen to see outside, and then you have to close the gate immediately. You're not allowed to go outside. Even to bank your money, you always have to be accompanied by your boss to go and bank for you the money.
So you used to go with your boss, and then you bank your money, and then come back with your boss. Because
That one is for others. For me, it was taken, and I was being brought the receipt.
what?
Others, they get accompanied, many of them, but for me, they would just bring for me the receipt. Time reached when the girl at home, she had a way of sending the money to Uganda on phone, so it was the end of the receipt part. So she would just be like, how much do you have? Give it to me. I put it in my bank. She banks it in her bank, comes back home, sends the money to Uganda on the phone to my mom, and that's it.
So you're talking about them not allowing you, even doing makeup is not allowed.
Which
you have
makeup?
no time.
Okay, you're going to wash the dishes in the kitchen. Makeup for what?
You have no time for makeup. Nothing actually. Yeah?
If you people happen to go for a party or anything, the only reason you're accompanying them is to go and babysit. There is nothing like enjoyment. Going to the mall, you're always going on the back while carrying the kids. That's it. Hey. With the hair, you always have to tie it like
You have
this.
to cover it, yeah.
Day in, day out, you don't. Some people do plait it. If you can plait yourself, you can. But after plaiting it, cover it. Thank you. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Nothing you can do. You only work from morning up to evening. However, for me, the salary was coming very well. However much the woman was bad, the salary would always come. But others, I have ever had a friend that they never paid for 1 year. And then after 1 year, they threw her outside like to go wherever you want.
So let me ask Letitia, for you going there, they gave you a time period of how many years?
2 years.
So these bosses have, they also have this thing of, if they're tired of you, they can just throw you out? Because
No,
there's a story
they're
that
not
you
allowed.
shared. They're not allowed to throw you out.
To throw no.
When they are tired
throwing
of
you
you.
out is different from mine. They threw me out, but it wasn't the throw. It was they had begged me to renew the contract, but I was tired.
You were tired already, yeah.
I told them to buy for me a ticket, and still COVID had gotten finished because it is 2023. COVID had got finished, and then they were like, but we need to take you for a COVID immunization. I was like, no, I'm not going to get immunized for COVID because immunization for COVID, one dose and another dose and another dose, I think it can take after like 2 months, something like that. You
Yes.
can't go and then they give you the 3 of them at once.
At once, yes.
So they were buying time. And then I asked them, why didn't you take me before? Guess the answer. We have been busy. I was like, busy for 2 years. Busy for you to carry me to go to the hospital for 2 years. I'm going. They made me pay for my receipt that shows that I don't have COVID. I've forgotten that thing, how it is being called.
The certificate.
Yeah, that certificate that
COVID
shows that
certificate.
her COVID certificate.
Yes.
That I don't have COVID. They made me pay for it. By the way, I was paying for myself for everything: the towel, the soap, the Vaseline, the toothbrush, the toothpaste, everything. They would ask me for money to go and buy for myself. Everything. And sometimes they would sneak and they use mine instead of theirs. Yeah. That was another horrible thing that I experienced.
It was real
And then, okay, when I told them that I'm going, whether I have COVID or I don't have, so that's when the lady got mad. But on the law or on the contract they sign, as they bring me, they will have to pay for my ticket to my country destination. Wherever you're coming from, Philippines, because there is so many Philippines, there is so many Bangladesh, there is so many Nepals, and there is so many Indonesians. Those are the Asians that are there. Chinese, no. Mongolians and all of that, the rest of the countries, the Russians, no. Only Philippines, Bangladesh. Indians, not that much, but they are there. Nepals and Indonesians, they are there. But they have to pay for your ticket to your destination country. So they had to pay for my ticket to Uganda. If they don't, I have to report them to the nearest police. And then, because the woman she was coming from Syria, but she had the legal document that shows that she is a Saudi Arabian. Even her kids, but the husband was a Saudi Arabian. However, the husband had died. So she feared so much police, because if they had digged so much into her, they would know.
More.
They would know that she's not a Saudi Arabian, she is a Syrian.
Okay.
So she could avoid police so much.
Okay.
So with that, that's why she had to pay me on time. Because she knew if I had reported her that I'm not paying, she's not paying me, she was in trouble. Like, basically, she did not want anything to do with police.
Yeah.
However, the maids that were before me, there were like around 9 to 10 maids. They never finished their contract. I was kind of the 10th, but I finished my contract. I'm too sure the next maid did not finish the contract. And there is a way she talked, and then she was like, the other maid, I have a maid that left with half an arm, or she had broken the arm. Yes. And she was talking to me. She was not threatening me. She was not doing anything. She was just giving me gist. And then we have another maid. She left when she had a cut on the head, because there is a son. The son got that maid's head. I think she had refused to do something at home, and then she banged it on the wall, pow, 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 pow. And then probably the scalp or something got a damage, and then they
family was really suicidal. That's what I could tell you. So now, that time, now you've shared with us the time you were inside the house, and then how did you happen to leave that house?
When my contract finished, I just told them I want out. They were like, please, you can stay. We are going to increase your salary. I told them no, I don't want. This is a reminder to all, if you know you are a housemaid watching me right now, or you have ever been a kadama. I'm not talking about housemaid anywhere. I'm talking about Saudi Arabia, yes. Kadama, or in Arab countries. Never ever tell them that you're not coming. You know, people used to tell me that, but I would be like, but why would I lie? That is how I would tell myself. How can I lie? Like, why would I even lie?
Yeah.
At the end of that day, I asked myself, why didn't I lie? Because I told them that I'm not coming back. That was the first mistake. That is what resulted to all of the rubbish that they did to me when I was leaving. Because they knew I wasn't coming, they were feeling so mad, because they know they are going to spend more money to bring another maid. Something that probably they are not ready for, or something. I don't know. But they wouldn't want to have another new maid. Now, I had told them that I'm not coming back, so they had nothing to do with me, or for them to handle me so well.
You have to tell them,
you have to lie to them that you're coming back. Most of my friends, all of them that I finished the contract with, they all lied that they are coming back. Some, they were even bought for the tickets to go back. And then then when they reached home, they turned off everything. Even the SIM card, you throw it somewhere. When you reach to Uganda, you throw it somewhere. But so long as you don't lie to them that you're not coming back, because they treat you like a trash. Then the woman carried all of the remaining clothes of mine and then threw them outside the gate, like phew. That time I wasn't filming because of course I couldn't have the camera, but and my flight was already on the way, like I was supposed to go and take the flight. They are the ones that bought me the ticket. Even after fighting for it, because I could hear them yell. By the time I stayed,
you could hear them. They could speak with you in English, or you had Arabic. A problem with a language barrier.
Yes, of course. In the beginning, I had it, but by the time I left, I could pick some in the conversation or in the quarrel or something. I could pick some. So even after when I was leaving, the mom did not want me to leave, but the kids were like, "She is tired. Let her go." She wasn't letting me go. Then that was another problem. Then they could bang the door. Everyone, they were mad. They would bang the doors. Yeah. There was no door that would close. Let it be a toilet door. It wasn't closing. Like it did not have that
a lock.
Yeah, a lock.
Yeah.
No. It was hell.
So now, after you reaching outside, you went and packed your bags. Who took you to the airport?
The son, who is the husband to that daughter-in-law who brought for me the clothes. That son was good, and he was a policeman too. Actually, all of them, they were policemen.
You dressed from outside? Those guys were really, really, really horrible. What?
The woman was horrible. The woman was horrible. I dressed from outside. But I bathed from inside. Like I insisted. I was like, no, hell no, do I have to go when I have not bathed? How? When yet I was working all through the night. I had to bathe from inside, but putting on the clothes and everything, dressed from outside.
So that was the end of your staying in that house. And then you boarded, came back to Uganda.
I boarded and came back to Uganda, but I never felt victorious. The way I felt like that. You know, have you ever prayed to yourself and you feel and you be like, God, if I ever live here alive,
I will thank you for the rest of my life.
Because I couldn't request to go to another home, I would go.
After that,
it was okay. No, it was okay for me to go and request for another house. But if I requested for another house, they were going to give me a new house, a new contract, new 2 years.
Okay.
I did not want to spend more than 2 years in Saudi Arabia. No. I had accomplished my goals, or I had calculated that like by 2 years I will have accomplished my whole plan. That's when I want to go back home. I don't want even 2 years and 2 seconds. I don't want. I just had to get out. I felt so happy when I landed. No, when I just got out of the house, it was enough. It was enough. Okay, not really getting out of the house, boarding a plane. Because if I had not boarded a plane, the first boarding, it was enough for me to feel like I really thanked God for that. Because I knew hadn't I boarded, there is one way or the other I would trace myself back to their house. But when I took that flight, that's when I was as happy as never before in my life.
Thank you, God. Wow.
That life. But when I'm giving this experience, it does not mean that if you are there, it does not mean that you don't have to go. It's okay, you can
Some
go.
of them are good. Some bosses are good, guys. It's not that every boss is good. It's just that for her, she experienced a bad boss.
The horrible ones.
Yeah.
But not everyone is bad. Some are good.
Yeah.
And you can yield something from there, guys. By the way, for me, as I was there, I was working on repairing my house. You were supposed to ask me what did I do?
So after landing in Uganda, You reach in Uganda because you left Uganda when you had your plans of going to work, getting money, come back in Uganda and do something. You had a house? You said you had a house?
Yeah, I already had my house that I had built.
Okay. And you wanted to finish it?
And I wanted to finish it. I wanted to do something about it. So then I was like, when I go to Saudi Arabia, I will have to accomplish my house to the way I want, because by that time it was just on a whole plate like a beam. I don't know if, then I had to put the amabati iron sheets. I had to do the roofing, I had to do the plastering, I had to do the ceiling. Like, guys, I had to put the tiles down. I had to bring the water to wire the water, also the electricity, everything. If you go to Saudi Arabia, so long as you have a goal, you can work. You can
get the money.
And you can get the money. You can come out there victorious.
Yeah, but you're really, really strong. You're really, really strong, for sure. So you came back to Uganda, now you finished your house.
Yeah,
when are you visiting your home?
You will come and visit.
I need to come and visit, and then
and see
we do a tour.
And I give you a house tour, guys.
Yes.
Hi.
So at least your house is now somewhere.
Yeah.
You accomplished it. You finished it and everything that you needed. At least you know that your energy didn't go for nothing.
My suffering did not go just like that.
You guys have had each and everything. Guys, once you see people shining on the streets, you don't know their story. You can't look at this beautiful lady over here, see how she's shining, and then you be like, oh, this girl grew up in a soft life. She has everything that she needs, you know, because no longer is a mom, by the way. She's a mom of twins. That time you had already had your twins, right?
Yeah, I left them when they were 1 year and 1 month.
1 year and 1 month.
That's how bad the situation was.
What? So guys, I don't want to make this video so long. We have really talked, and I know you guys are going to ask us for a part 2, but part 2 is coming. If you like this video and if you share it with your friends, let it go viral, guys, because this story really needs to be heard, because there are a lot of cases that we have that are similar to Nalongo Itisha's case, and girls are so innocent. They even tell them what is happening. People that have experienced it even tell them this and such a thing happens in Arabic countries, and people still go. But people go, some of them go because they really have to go. They really have to make that money. They have no option. They have to go. And some of them go because maybe they have their goals they want to do. Some of them go because of their parents have pushed them there. Others survival. So I really want this video to go viral. So you guys help me push this video, and again, subscribe to this lady's YouTube channel. Actually, Nalongo Itisha has a YouTube channel, guys. If you don't know that, I'm going to leave the link in the description. Kindly go there and tell her Harriet Anabo has sent me here. We shall have a part 2 of this video. We shall go and tour her house. If she lets us go and tour the house, we shall go and tour the house. And any last words?
For me, what I would say to the girls out there, because even these ones, even Kenyans, they have the Saudi Arabians saga, because there are many. But for me, let my story doesn't scare you. You're strong, you can go and work. So long as you can work under pressure, you can go. If you know you are reluctant, lazy, blah blah blah, don't bother. You will not come back. Because these people are short-tempered. Actually, yes, they are short-tempered.
And they are crazy.
All of them, they are crazy. All of them, not only 1, 2. All of them are crazy. So you can just go and work, so long as you're strong and all of that. You will maneuver and you will come back alive. That is the only message I can tell anyone who is there and would want to go to Saudi Arabia. My chance might have been bad. Not the worst, by the way, because there are some worst ones. But you can also come out when you have met very good people, very good people, and so welcoming. Your story might not be my story, so you just have to try your luck.
Wow.
My story wasn't to make you feel bad or to have you a second guess. No, just to inspire you and not to scare you.
That's the thing. Thank you so much, Nalongo Itisha, for honoring my invite.
You're welcome.
To be on this channel once
welcome.
More. Alright guys, we shall see you in the next one. We love you all. Love is for free. Share the love.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.